Namaste everyone and welcome back to LiveStronger. Today we're going to train our chest with a little bit of calf work, of course. So I'm going to start with the dynamic stretching as usual. Always my suggestion is to practice the same. Do a little bit of dynamic stretching, 3 to 5 minutes. That's all you need to ensure good mobility before you start lifting weights. If you don't prefer to do that, it's absolutely fine. It's a choice. You can always do warm up sets for the first exercise which you perform, and that should be good to go. Cardio, please don't do more than 5 minutes because that would be, I don't know if it is right to say, waste of energy, but I would consider that. You can always practice cardio post your workout. So once done with the greatest stretch, I move on to the deep squat, when I practice to sit in a deep squat for at least 10 to 15 seconds, and that should be fine to get a good hip mobility and training routine. I keep explaining the same thing every day. I hope that's not boring, but it's something which you need to do consistently every day to start seeing differences. The improvement in the kind of mobility I had in all the three stretches I do over the period of time has been excellent. So I just keep on piling on the consistency of this, so to make sure I have good mobility throughout my body, top to bottom. Now for the first exercise, we are going to do cable chest press. Now it's not compulsory that you have to do it on the cable. You can do a regular bench press, that would be fine too. The reason why I chose to do it with the cable is to experiment with the strength curve here. As you can see, the positioning of my arms, my elbows are bent like it is in a bench press while you're using the dumbbells, but here the cables help you in pulling back, feeling a good amount of stretch without actually putting much stress on the shoulder joint. So because you're in a vertical position instead of the horizontal, and gravity is not pulling or loading your arms a lot, it's basically stretching you out, and from there you push forward and get a good amount of adduction, which is the primary job of your chest muscles, to get your arms towards the midline of body, or across the midline of your body. And as you can see here, every repetition is a controlled eccentric movement, and my chest starts turning red because of the blood flow and because of the stress which the muscles are experiencing at this spot. So 4 sets, 20 repetitions with good 60 to 90 seconds break in between should give you an excellent chest pump. I also feel, or at least I actually felt quite comfortable on my elbows and shoulders while doing it in such particular manner. So I might do it in repeated ways, because during a dumbbell chest press, especially when I go heavy, I feel a little bit of discomfort. So this is a great alternative if you do have some kind of shoulder discomfort, which is not so severe that you can't press, but oftentimes turns up when you're doing with dumbbells or barbells. You can definitely try out cable chest press. Feels a little bit more comfortable to do so. Now, of course, my regular calf training to ensure, or at least in the pursuit of building greater or bigger calves, 3 sets, as many repetitions as possible. Eccentric motion, controlled, with as much load as possible, wherein I can execute the repetitions. When I say failure, I try to go at least 25 plus repetitions in this particular pace. I take short breaks. I try to recover, or at least give less recovery time to my calves, keep them under constant stress. So hopefully the results will be there. Now, this is I would not call it a new exercise. It's a pretty common exercise, but I'm doing it for the first time in the routine, which is the decline chest press on the Smith machine. I always mention this. The Smith machine in my gym is at an angle. So as I push up, it comes or it goes away from my body. So it's at an angle, as you can see here. If the chest press, or the Smith machine in your gym is a straight bar Smith machine, the results might vary slightly. So you can always practice a decline chest press with dumbbells and barbells. It's only a little bit challenging to balance initially if you don't know how to do them. So I would recommend practicing with lighter weights if you're doing it for the first time. The Smith machine worked great for me. No stress as such. Also less effort in terms of balancing the weight because it's a Smith machine. It's fixed. The bar path is fixed. I just have to focus on pushing it off my chest. As you can see here, good amount of contraction, good amount of chest stretch without putting much stress on my elbows or shoulders. That has been my focus lately whenever I'm training my chest, not to punish my shoulders or elbows in pursuit of lifting heavier weights with my chest muscles. Now, for the last chest exercise, actually, not last, I did one more. Yes, yeah. So, for the next exercise, I'm sorry about that. We are going to do chest flies, 3 sets, 20 repetitions. And as you can see in the setup, I put it on high to low. So basically I'm leaning forward slightly and my elbows are almost straight. A small bend, that's about it, but otherwise almost straight. And you can clearly see the range of motion. Full stretch as the cables go back. I even lean forward a little bit to get a much more bigger stretch. And then as I push up, I use all the strength from my chest muscles to get the adduction going. And again, it's clear that my chest starts turning red. It's because of the stress on the muscles and also the blood flow increasing there. More job being done by those muscles to get my arms towards the midline of my body. Once done with this, I immediately jumped into some push-ups. You can do regular push-ups or you can do push-ups at a height. 3 sets, as many repetitions as possible. The break, you might need to take a longer break. A 30 or 45-second break would not do because by now your chest should be completely done and you must be at a height of fatigue. So yes, take sufficient rest, but try to get as many repetitions as possible while doing the push-ups. Make sure your elbows are close to your body, not flaring out, a comfortable position. And as I mentioned earlier, do the push-ups which you are comfortable doing. Now, after finishing off with the exercises, I went on to do the forced or loaded stretch, basically stretching or positioning myself in a fly, in the most stretched out position of a fly with a couple of dumbbells and holding it for as long as possible, maybe 30 to 40 seconds at a time or even 60 seconds at a time. And that's it. We're done with our chest training. It was really good. I had great feedback from my muscles. So I hope it's the same thing for you. If you did like the workout, please do drop a like. And if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe. Any feedback in the comment section is really appreciated. Now, if you don't prefer to do such a stretch on your chest for any reason or shoulder pain, you can do the other stretches which I usually do with a PVC pipe, overhead stretch, or a regular wall stretch for your chest muscle, and that's absolutely fine. You need not stick to the forced stretch if you have any discomfort in your shoulders. If you don't, please go ahead and try to do 20 seconds at a time and challenge yourself for the 1 minute. So yes, that's it. We are done. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, have a good day.